Britain, shortly before D-Day, 1971. D-Day, D for decimal. For weeks now, the papers and TV screens have been full of it. It's the prime topic of conversation round every family fireside. Take any family anywhere. What shall we say? 13 up? Oh, no one home. Oh, what about down below? The Collins. Young Peter's in. Ah, good. So are the others. Sunday lunch over, and Mr. Collins certainly about to lead a discussion on this forthcoming currency revolution. A blessing for the country's future, but fraught with many small problems and anxieties at this point of time.
Every pleasure has its price, my love. Your Yorkshire pudding is no exception. What on earth?
27 seconds. A long way to go yet.
Like Lionel ruptured himself doing things like that. One sneeze, that's all it took.
Perhaps a lead from the With It age group.
Subtly elasticated to fit every head. What am I then, a freak?
Yes.
Well, tomorrow it goes back. Tonight I've just got to wear it.
Who is it tonight, dear?
The one you and Dad can't stand.
Oh, yes. That'll be nice, I expect.
Oh, dear. Perhaps next door. Surely somebody... Oh, wait a minute.
Persons wishing to do it should do it in the proper place.
Do what, dear?
Sleep. What's more, she's having a nightmare.
You'll be old one day, too, Sandra.
I can't wait.
What is she dreaming about? I do believe, not quite as planned, but that's life, isn't it? I do believe we're off.
How much?
28.5.
How much in real money?
New money is real money.
Oh, Mr. Fisher, it's you.
15 and 3 to you, Mrs. M.
I've only got the new things.
She's only got the new. Will do here, Mrs. M.
I'll take it, madam.
I'll take old, I'll take new. Money's money.
Take it.
Yeah. 5 and 5's 10 and 4's 14, less 3.95 is 28.17. Less exchange commission is 16. I'll have to have another fiver, love.
I haven't got it. 15 pennies, new.
Will do here, Mrs. M. I'll need another fiver.
Can't take old and lots of less than 6. Haven't got it. Oh, decimal there.
Shopper's table, shopper's table, shopper's table.
Oh, where am I?
Well, that's original anyway.
Sandra. What is it, Mother? Did you have a nasty dream?
Oh, they nearly got me that time.
What did, Mother?
Them decimals coming at me from all sides there was. Decimals by the dozen.
By the 10, Grandma. Decimals always come in tens. By Monday week, they'll be here for real.
Not with me, they won't.
Well, you'll have to make up your mind to do it, oh dear. After D-Day, they'll pay your pension in decimal currency.
Hey?
It'll be all decimals at the post office when you send your pools. They say that 3 out of every 4 shops will have gone over by the end of the month.
All my working life, I bought my stamps in sterling. Now they want to pay me in decimals. It's a blooming liberty, that's what it is.
It's still sterling, Gran. Sterling's just the name for British money. And the pound's still the pound. It's only the shillings and old pence that are going. So instead of pounds, shillings and pence, we'll simply have pounds and new pence. 100 new pence to the pound.
Sterling was good enough for the British Empire. Now, Grandad would have something to say about this, I can tell you. Why? That's what I want to know. Why?
I wish you'd been at school with me, Gran. When we first heard about it, I'm sure you'd have understood.
I've already found great benefit from the change. Trade and travel become so much simpler in a world where almost every country is now decimal. As for business, let me take a simple example. £10, 10 shillings, and 10 pence. Now, what is the nearest decimal equivalent? Yes.
10.54.
10.54. 2 whole digits less. Imagine the time saved on the reckonings of millions of cash registers and all the other business machines in even one working day. And when we do our sums, look, this column has to be collected into groups of 12 to make units of 1 in this column, which have to be collected into groups of 20 to make units of 1 in this column. And because we're used to it, we fail to see how cumbersome it is. Take a similar decimal sum. Put down the figures half and add the next column. 18. Put down the 8, add the 1 to the next column. 13. Put in the decimal point, add the next column. 15. Put down the 5, add the 1 to the next column. 8. 85.38 and a half. Simple. But remember, you the young are the ones that are going to get the most benefit from the change. All your lives, your money dealings are going to be that much simpler. Spare a thought for the old. All their lives, they've been used to pounds, shillings and pence. It'll be difficult for many of them to make the change. Help them. Go out of your way to help them.
I never had your education, love. Things were different in my day, and better.
She won't even try.
No, and for once she's right. Let it happen, I say. I shall just pay my money, and if they don't like it, I shall just look them in the eye.
My dear girl, you work in a shop.
A boutique, if you don't mind. And Madame Bear needs things just the same. All the other shops are going to be decimal or LSD. Not her. All money's good money, she says.
All mixed up together.
And why not?
And what about change? You're going to be in a mess.
We've got one of those shoppers' tables, I think.
Well, heaven help Madame Bernice and all who fail in her.
But it's not all that easy. I mean, Peter's clever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and of course so are you, dear, but... Well, I think I understand what's going to happen in a general sort of way. But it's shopping that bothers me. It's difficult enough now. What with twopence off and sixpence off, and you never know off what. I mean, it's going to be so easy for them to put the prices up without our knowing.
Well, you'll be all right after a day or two. I mean, some shops will have prices marked in LSD and decimals. Others will have the shopping tables on the walls that you can compare. There's one here somewhere. Why didn't you take it with you? Peter, where did you put it?
Consult your shopper's table.
Here it is.
Oh, good. Oh, here we are.
That's all very well, Mum, but it's not the best way. Well, look, take tea. If a quart of the sort we like is 8.5 new pence, in the market you might find it at 8 new pence. And in old Mother Riley's shop you'll see it at 7.5. You don't have to keep looking up a table to know that the tea at 8.5 new pence is the dearest.
Yes, I see.
Well, yes, he's right, but that doesn't help us with Granny's problem.
Any problems I may have, which I haven't, are my problems. You and your decimals, you've all been brainwashed, and with biological action. Somebody should put their foot down, and there's thousands that will. I never held with strikes and sit-downs and all that sort of thing, but the time has come. I shall have a lay-down protest on my bed until people come to their senses. And if they give me my pension in this new money, I shall give it back to them, when it hurts.
But, Gran, the only new money's the coppers. Pound notes the same, silver's the same.
If they won't take my money in the shops, which has always been good, I shall go without. I shall starve. And if I starve, I shall write to the Queen.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
Poor Mum. You don't think that...
No. She's as bright as a button, really.
Oh, no. Oh, no, the elastic's bust and they'll never take it back.
A few days later, Monday, February the 15th, 1971, D-Day.
Don't want your food, dear.
Wow, only 3 minutes for the bus.
Sandra, dear, I think one of your false eyelashes just plopped into the cornflakes.
What? Oh, no. Oh, why does everything have to happen to me?
Now, what's the matter with her?
Funny boys, dear. Oh.
I think we'd have to have a chat, young lady.
Gran! Gran! Mum, what are we going to do about Gran?
Oh, she'll be all right.
She'll just have to come round in her own good time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, son.
Oh, Gordon, would you give me a lift on the way to the centre?
Of course.
I'm going to leave the plates in the flat until later. You know, it's funny, but now that it's happened, decimals, I mean, I just can't wait to get to the shops to see what's going on. Oh,
What's the matter?
I haven't got any of the new money. I mean, should I have been to the post office or something?
No. That'll all be taken care of. The shops that are going over to decimals will have stocked up with the new coins. If you've given them a note or silver, you'll get new coins in the change. Of course, the old coins will still be in circulation. And you'll get old coins in the change in shops that are trading in LSD. To avoid confusion, I'd keep the old money separate in your purse from the new.
So there'll be two kinds of shops.
Yes, to start off with, there'll be decimal shops charging decimal prices and giving new money in the change, and there'll be LSD shops charging LSD prices and giving old money in the change.
It's quite an adventure, isn't it?
Well, come on, get your coat.
5 new pence, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How much, Mrs. Johns?
3 new pence, love.
But I haven't got any new pennies yet.
It's all right, I've plenty of change.
Oh.
Hello, my old darling.
Hello, love.
How are you today? Oh, all alone, I see. Oh, what do the neighbours think? And where were you lot on Saturday? On the razzle-dazzle? Well, would you settle last week's now, or shall I hold it over?
Oh, I dare say I can manage that.
There's a love. Now, it's stand by with your slide rules and ready reckoners, because from today we're decimal only.
Oh.
So let's see now. If you'd have paid on Saturday, it'd have been 26 and 6. But today it's £1.32.5. Simple, really, isn't it? But some of them, you know, they've got no idea. One old duck told me she'd been saving her pennies for months because she thought that from today they'd be worth 2.5p each. Can you believe it? Oh, I'm sorry, love. I've no idea. Oh, no. Don't worry, Mrs. Mortimer. You ain't the only one. Now, look, you've got to make a start somewhere. So, you give me 2 knicker, and I'll give it a change. That's all, see? And if you think I'm diddling you, you can get the family to check it when they come home. Offer more and get change. That's what they say. So let's see. £1.32.5 from £2 is 67.5 new pence change.
That's 22 new pence, and 1 is 23, and 2 makes 25, and 5 makes 30. But that's a shilling. Well, a shilling is 5 new pence. Try calling it 5 from now on, it's so much easier. And 5 is 30, and 10, not a florin anymore, a 10, yes?
Yes, a 10.
And 10 is 40, and 10 is 50, and...
A 50?
A 50, yes, that makes the 100. £1. All right?
Yes, yes.
So, you will take our double column display for 4 weeks at our 4 for 3 price.
The usual, in fact. I've made the check out. Yeah.
Well, that won't do, Mr. Parker.
Won't do? Are you raving mad?
I very often think so, but in this case, it has to be in decimals now. From now on, decimals.
Yes, of course. Look, I haven't made out one of these decimal checks before. Do you think you could help me?
Oh, yes, of course. Now, let's see, £55 12 shillings old, that's £55 60 new. So, you write £55 in full.
55.
Then 60 in figures.
60.
And over here, 55. And a dash, not a point. It avoids confusion. And 60.
60. Oh, fine, thanks very much.
And then you sign it.
So cool.
Oh, well, I don't know. What's 89 to 11 in decimals?
It's all money, Sandra.
That's true.
Could I have the change in the new coins, please?
In what? Oh, yes, all right. Well,
Yes,
hold on
thank
to that, then.
Shan't be. You terrible.
Oh, no!
What is the matter, Sandra?
Well, I've just rung up £89, 11 shillings. Excuse me.
How did you do that?
Yes, madam, of course.
Now, if you remember that one rule, you can't go wrong. Peter, you haven't heard a word I was saying. That's not like you. Off you go. You stay behind. Now, what's the matter?
It's my granny.
Granny and?
Decimals.
Oh,
You did say we ought to try and help.
yes, I know. Is she alone?
I think so.
Well, off you go then. You know best.
Thanks.
To be frank, Mrs. C, I left it a bit late. It'll be some weeks before the till's converted yet.
Well, never mind. Someone's got to be last. Now, how much is all that?
16 and 3. I've plenty of change in the old money. Just give me a pound, Mrs. C.
I can't, Mr. Fisher. I've been decimalizing like mad all morning. Now, 50, or as you'd say, 10 shillings, 3 tens, florins that were, that makes 16. And 2.5 new pence, 6pence old. So if you give me 3 old pence change, we'll be square.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, Gran, please. But, Gran, what about special treats? Aren't there going to be any more? Even if Sandra's too old now, I'm not. Well, almost not. Never any more big treats, Gran.
Whoever said that?
But I'll have to do all the paying. And that's not right. Not yet. That's for when I'm grown up. And it's my turn. And you're an old lady.
Here, just a minute.
Listen, Gran. There's nobody here but us. And you know I love you. Just us. And nobody will ever know. Not because you ought to, Gran, but just for me, Gran. Come on, Gran.
Oh, Peter, I can't do these sums, love. They're too difficult for me.
Look, Gran. Here's a pound note. The one you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same old pound, isn't it, Gran?
Yes.
No difference. Except in the way we write it. Up to now, we've always written it like this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
£1.
£1, yes.
But from now on, we'll be writing the pound like this. 1 dot naught naught. As well as the way we used to.
But why the noughts?
Meaning £1 and no new pennies. If it was £1 and 1 new penny, it would be written like this. 1 dot naught 1.
Well, why that dot?
Think of it as 101 new pennies and you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
100 new pennies make a pound. So they put the point in to separate the pound from the penny.
What's that nought?
Because new pennies go right up to 99. And we must leave 2 spaces after the dot, because otherwise we'll get all our adding up wrong.
Oh, dear.
And that's all there is to it. Just pounds and new pence. 100 new pence to the pound. You try it.
All right.
Write down £4.59 new pence.
Oh, I think I'd better have a clean page for this. Now
Yes.
then. £4, like always, then a dot.
To separate the pound from the new pence.
Well, I know that. I'm not a fool. £4.59.
Hooray! Now write £5.9. £5.9 new pence.
£5. Hey, just a minute. I smell a catch.
Not really. Only if you forget that there are always 2 figures after the dot. The decimal point.
Oh, it's not dot 9, but dot naught 9.
Right again.
Ah, yes, but that's not all, is it? I mean, the pound, that's easy enough, the pound being the pound, and there only being pounds and pennies.
New pennies.
All right, the new pennies. And the pound being 100, that's easy. But it's the pennies, isn't it? They're not the same.
Well, they couldn't be, could they? As we said, the pound's the same as ever. There were 240 old pence to the pound, and 100 new pence to the same pound. See, it follows that the new penny is worth 2.4 of the old one, which is just under 2.5 halfpenny. 2.5 halfpenny is too big for the smallest coin, so there's a new halfpenny worth half the new penny, worth just over 1 old penny. On prices and things, it's written as a half, like this.
But, love, suppose it costs less than £1.
Well, that's easy. Mostly you'll see it written like this. Say, 4 new pence. The P's the symbol for new pence, and you'll see it written after every number right up to 99. But sometimes, Gran, you'll see it written like this. £0.04. And sometimes you'll see the halfpenny on the end as well.
Oh, the halfpenny. Halfpenny's a halfpenny in anybody's language. But how am I supposed to do 87 2.5 halfpennies in my head?
Well, What do you mean? Nobody's asking you to.
Well, that's what you said, isn't it? A new penny is worth just under twopence halfpenny of the old.
Yes?
Well, I go to the butcher's, and I see Mr. Harris. Oh, I might see that terrible young man with the long hair. And Mr. Harris says, I've got a lovely joint for you, and it's only going to cost you 87 new pence. Well, how do I know? Unless I can add up 87 twopence halfpennies in my head.
So that's the hang-up.
It is.
Stay there.
Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Now, what are you going to do? Oh, don't do anything to bewilder me.
What's that?
Oh, that's 10 bob, nasty things.
What does it say on it?
Oh, I can't see with these glasses on. All coins used to have fid deef on them. And very respectful it was, too.
It says 50.
50 what?
50 new pence.
Oh, half a pound. A pound is 100 new pennies. And 50 is... How?
They've been telling you that for a long time.
Oh, well, who listens to them? They're all the same.
And this?
Oh, that's a florin 2 bob.
It says 10 on it. And it is 10 new pence.
Oh.
And this says 5 on it. And it is 5 new pence.
Oh, now 50 and 10 is 60, and 10 is 70, and 10 is 80, and 5 is 85, with 2 new pennies left over.
2 twopence halfpennies or just under.
All right then, 5 pence.
So?
10, 12, 14, 16, 17 and 5 pence. That's daylight robbery.
To you, Mrs. Mortimer, an old customer. 17 old shillings, 85 new pence. So, Gran, from now on, whenever you're in a decimal shop or anybody's wanting decimal money off you, you think of these same 3 silver coins as...
50, 10 and 5.
The pound's the same. All that's new from today on are these 3 little copper coins.
Yes.
The new twopenny piece.
New twopenny piece.
The new penny.
The new penny.
And the new halfpenny.
And the new halfpenny. Oh, I'll still get used to those.
Of course you will. Keep them separate in your purse. For paying out in decimals.
And that's all there is to it?
Well, pretty well all, Gran. And if you must make a comparison, don't try and do it in your poor old head. Use this. Come on, it won't bite you. Look, simple as pie. In the first column, the old pennies up to shillings, and opposite them, the new penny equivalents, rounded off so that half are a bit higher and half a bit lower. So in the long run, neither you nor the shopkeeper will lose.
Oh, Peter, my little love. Oh, today's treats day.
But Mum said...
Oh, never you mind about your mother. You leave your mother to me. Here. I bet you didn't know this is where I kept my secret hoard, did you?
No, Gran.
Well, come on now, love. On with the old chitfer and off we go.
But, Gran...
What?
You're still in your old dressing gown.
What? Oh. Come on, Peter, love, make up your mind.
I can't.
Oh, well, if you can't make your mind up, you better have both of them.
Well done, Peter.
How much?
The lunar module is £1.22.5, and the racing car, £3.75.
That's £4.97.5.
That's right. Recommended retail price.
Not gone decimal yet, Mr. Fisher?
Not yet, Mrs. M.
Oh, well, we can't all keep up with the times. Now, let me see. 2 monster cassatras, 1 chocolate, 4 and 6, right?
That's right.
There's 2 tens, 4 shillings, 2.5 pence, equivalent to the old 6pence, right?
Thanks very much, Mr. M.
Oh, a pleasure. Come on, Peter. Let's go and see what's happening to Sandra.
If you just give me one moment, madam,
Where's my granddaughter?
What's going on? My bad.
Oh, madam, dear, this is terrible. Are you a decimal shop or are you an LSD?
I don't know. I didn't think it mattered.
Well, you should, you know, because you've got a sale on. And if you don't know your prices, how are you going to sell anything? Now, what is your trouble?
Well, I want my change and decimal.
There you are, that's it. See, they all want to buy something. What's your problem?
What on earth's going on?
Oh, yes. Well, listen, you can't do it, can you? Not at that price. And you have your problems, too.
Looks like Granny's got the point.
And what was yours?
There's no tag on here.
No tag? Well, you can't sell things without... Oh, do you know what? I saw something lovely here. Only £5.95. Down here, Madam Pellegrino.